Hi soulmates, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's class we'll be making a corset loop bag. Please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also support me by clicking on the subscribe button. Please, I really need your help to grow. Thank you, and stick to the end of the video. As you can see, this is a back bodice that I have already. If you don't know how to do this, I'm going to be leaving a link at my description box. So I'm going to be altering the back because we don't need the zipper area. So depending on the design you want to make, for this class I'm going to be illustrating two and I'll be making one. You can just blend in the zipper area and make a straight loop, or you can make a V design at the back depending on what you want and the design you're working with. To create a V design at the back, you can just mark in or go in by 1 inch and place your ruler and connect to the line to create a V loop or design. If you want a straight effect, you can just cut out the zipper allowance or go in more depending on what you really want. So for this tutorial, I'm just going to cut the zipper allowance. Then I'm going to place my pattern on a fabric and cut out. I'm using the same fabric or material for this, for the front and back. So you can use different materials or add lining to yours. And also, if you want it to be stiff, you can also add a gum stay or a hair stay to yours. So for the material I'm going to use for the loop, I'm using the same fabric. So I'm going to measure 2 inches wide, and then depending on how many loops you're going to make, you're just going to cut it. It might be 30, 20, depending on how many loops you want to make. After cutting that, I'm just going to go to the machine and fold it with half and run a stitch with it. I'm going to be using a visible thread so that you can see it. So also for the one I'm going to use for the rope or for the lacing, I'm going to cut 2 inches by 60 inches long. So depending on how long you want your loop to be, you can cut. Then I'll go over to the sewing machine and sew it. I'm going to mark to indicate the front part of my fabric since I'm using the same material. So that material I sewed for the loop, I'm going to be measuring 2.5 and I'll cut as many as I need for the back loop. I'm going to place those pieces I cut for the loop on fold, and I'm going to place it on that half that I marked earlier. Then I'm going to pin it. Also pin it facing the front side of your fabric. And make sure you come down by half because you're going to sew or join it round. Then I'll continue pinning the loop, and I'll make sure I leave ½ inch down because I'm going to use it to join to the other part of the dress. After pinning, I'm going to go to the machine and I'll stitch it. So I'm going to use a visible color of thread to sew so that you can see it, and while sewing I'm going to be removing the pin. So I'm going to place the other part of the fabric on it, and then I'm going to sew with half. Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time visiting my channel, please like, share and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always watching my video. Thank you for your support. I'm going to notch round and flip it over for you to see what I have. So this is what I have. I'm just going to iron it and then do the same thing I did for the other one. So I've also sewed for the other one, and this is what I have. So I'm going to attach boning, a plastic boning, to this part. You can also use the sewable boning, but for this tutorial I'm making use of a plastic boning. So I'm going to sew and encase my boning on it. I'm going to measure what I have and make sure it doesn't reach the end and the down part. I'm going to minus half on both sides. cut it out. After sewing, the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to cut the mouth of the plastic boning. The reason why I'm doing it is to avoid it from popping out on the dress, and you can also use a paper sellotape to cover the mouth. Then I'm going to iron the parts with the boning for it to be flat. So I've ironed the boning parts or the boning area. Look at the look I'm having. So you can decide to encase a boning in it, or you can just create your loop and leave it. So the next thing I'll do now is to add loop to, or lacing, sorry, I'm going to add lacing to my lacing bars. At this stage, we have come to the end of the tutorial. Please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn up the notification button to get new updates from my channel. Please subscribe and support my channel. I need your support for my channel, and also to get very wonderful and amazing tutorials from my channel.